Yes? What did you need?
Beautiful Bob.
Yes? What did you need?
Gemstones over here. Fine jewelry here.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
That spell looks like it'll hurt.
How do you feel? I think you might be sick. Did we have an appointment? No. It was a delivery? I can't remember. Good morning.
Yes? What did you need? 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 Yes? What did you need?
How did we have an... So, you wish to master the arcane arts? I have to remember. Hold first, then summon.
You've been a good friend. Come to see the finest weapons and armor. Return anytime. You're quite welcome here.
Jewelry with legendary. I'm going to craft.
Stay alive.
Moonstones over here.
Buy armor from Relka.
Buying and selling fine
Never gonna
jewelry
stay alive.
here.
Why take a chance? Buy some armor.
Yes? What do you need?
What brings you? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Return anytime. You're quite welcome here.
It's a fine day with you around.
So you're an alchemist then? So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Don't forget us if you need
supply chest
supplies
from
for
time
your
to time.
journey.
Still learning the ropes, but I'll get the hang of it.
Sure, we can talk a minute.
Yes.
Some other time, perhaps.
Brynjolf, time has come to
What's
decide
on your mind?
Mercer's fate. I'm telling you.
If you ever need more practice with the bow, just grab me.
Aye, lass. And I've come to a decision. Mercer Frey tried to kill both of you. He betrayed the guild, murdered Gallus, and made us question our future. He needs to die.
We have to be very careful, Brynjolf. Mercer is a nightingale, an agent of Nocturnal.
And it's all true. Everything I heard in the stories. The Nightingales, their allegiance to Nocturnal, and the Twilight Sepulchre.
That's why we need to prepare ourselves and meet Mercer on equal footing. Just outside of Riften, beyond the southeast gate, is a small path cut up the mountainside. At the end of that path is a clearing and an old standing stone. I'd ask
Sure,
you
we
to
can
meet me
talk.
there.
I have some preparations of my own to make. I'll meet you at the stone.
Hold down!
So, you're Brynjolf's new protege, eh?
Son,
Don't look like much to me. Need your weapon? The finest weapons and armor. Aye.
So, you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Take a look. All right.
If you're in the market, take a look. Until next time.
Can I take a look? The finest weapons and armor. Safe travels.
Yes? What did you need?
Hold down!
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Dragon.
Yes? What did you need? Yes?
I'm glad you're here. This is the headquarters of the Nightingales, cut into the mountainside by the first of our kind. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey. If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way. It's my hope that you will, yes. This way, please. It's just ahead. Please, keep following.
So this is Nightingale Hall. I heard about this place when I joined the guild, but I never believed it existed.
This is the kind of thing
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal. This is enough to make your head spin, eh? Time's wasted, and Mercer's still out there. Let's get this going. We should trust the lass and take the deal.
you appear hesitant to... Your Nightingale on. What's troubling you?
Yes? What did you need?
I think we... Trust the lass and take the deal. Time's wasting, and Mercer's still out there.
Yes? What did you need?
We must have Nocturnal at our backs. If she's to accept you as
Yes? What did you need?
be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish.
Yes? What did you need?
Both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Yes? What did you need?
There's always a catch. But at this point, suppose there is a push to lose. If it
Yes?
means the end
What
of
did you need?
Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal? Good. After I open the gate, please stand on the western circle.
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal.
Yes? What did you need?
I think we should trust the lass and take
Yes? What did you need?
I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Yes? What did you need?
Ah, Carlia. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose
Yes?
something,
What did you
we?
need?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're
Yes.
already
What did you
mine, Carlia. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer
Yes?
me now?
What did you need?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You
Yes.
surprise me,
What did you need?
Carlia. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
Yes? What did you need?
Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth and grace.
Revenge.
Yes?
How
What did you need?
interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable.
Yes?
You may
What did you
proceed.
need?
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well.
What did you need?
I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same,
Yes?
Carlisle.
What did you need?
And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me
Yes?
again.
What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
Now that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime. Mercer was able to unlock the Guild's vault without two keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal and, in essence, caused our luck to run dry. Well, yes, but the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, the potential becomes limitless. Good. Then you understand why this is about more than just Mercer's lust for power. If If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the Guild. As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence, and whether you know it or not, our uncanny luck defines our trade. Very true. In our line of work, it's quite rare we set out to return a stolen item to its rightful owner. Before we depart, Brynjolf has some business to discuss. I suggest you listen to him.
Yes. What did you need?
Listen, lass. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the Guild. Carlia and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts, Mercer's treachery has been exposed. After we deal with him, all that remains is restoring the Guild to its full strength. As a result, we both feel that you have the potential of replacing Mercer as leader of the Thieves' Guild. I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I've stolen trinkets from nobles and framed priests for murder. I'm good at what I do, maybe even one of the best, but it's all I know. I've never been one to lead. Never desired it, never cared for it. Don't want it. Look, everyone in the Guild admires what you've done. Maybe they won't come out and simply tell you, but I promise you it's true. And now they know Mercer never genuinely cared about the Guild. He lacked the loyalty you obviously possess. I can't think of anyone better. Ha! Spoken like the leader of the Thieves' Guild. Just don't lose yourself in the role. We have a bit of an errand to run before your coronation. Then it's decided. When this is all over and Delvin's contacts assure me that we've regained our footing in Skyrim, we'll handle the details. Until then, we have quite the task ahead. I've been poring over the plans you brought us, and I'm convinced the eyes of the Falmer are in the Dwarven ruins at Erkenthand. Carlia and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lass. This will be a fight to remember. Aye, and some of what Carlia said is starting to make sense. Mercer may have damaged our reputation and raided our coffers, but this goes well beyond even his twisted form of larceny. Old Delvin kept calling it a curse, and we all laughed at him. He would have asked me that yesterday. I'd have said no, but now I think our chances have improved. Look, call me crazy if you like, but I trust Carlia. I don't think she'd lead us down a suicidal path. Besides, I'd rather die with some of Mercer's blood on my blade than spend the rest of my life regretting that I ran the other way.
Yes? What did you need?
Hold! With the skeleton key missing from the Twilight Sepulchre, I'm afraid Mercer's seen to it that none of us can benefit from Nocturnal's gifts. You merely transacted the oath, signed the unwritten contract with Nocturnal. In order for us to receive our abilities, our end of the bargain, I'm afraid the key must be returned. If Nocturnal was truly displeased with me, with any of us, she wouldn't have answered my call. I have no doubt that we still hold her favor, and I believe it gives us enough of an edge to defeat Mercer Frey. Yes. Now that you're a Nightingale, you may consider this your home. You'll find that this place offers many things that will help you in your endeavors, as well as a wealth of information for you to learn. Once the skeleton key has been restored to the Twilight Sepulchre, I'll make this place my home as well. She's the mistress of night and darkness, and the patron of every thief in Tamriel. Nocturnal isn't one for worship and reverence. There are no priests and no sermons, no services, and no alms. She influences our luck, and in return, demands payment. You're closer to understanding than you realize. The only difference is she doesn't demand payment in the traditional sense. And sometimes the cost can be quite high. Whether you know it or not, Nocturnal dictates how well we perform as rogues. Again, you have to think differently. Haven't you ever noticed how our luck behaves? Like a novice picking an impossible lock, or a blind man suddenly turning to face you as you reach for his pocket. It's through these subtle means that Nocturnal influences us. Nocturnal's whim is the greatest mystery to everyone. There have been volumes written on the subject. Does she exact payment when we die? When we suffer? Does she revel in our misery? No one knows. The return certainly seems worth the risk, though. Gallus, Mercer Frey and I were once members of what's known as the Nightingale Trinity. The Trinity disbanded 25 years ago when Mercer Frey betrayed us by slaying Gallus and dumping his body in the ruins of Snowvale Sanctum. Indirectly, the Trinity is usually selected from the ranks of the Guild, although its existence is a closely guarded secret. The Nightingales protect the Temple of Nocturnal, a place known as the Twilight Sepulchre.
Yes? What did you need?
Sorry, lass. I've got important things to do.
It'll be good to get out of the sun for a while.
Where'd come from? I knew I heard something. What have you got?
Hold! 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 Hold!
Mercer's been here. I hope we aren't too late. Brynjolf and I found them like that. Mercer's doing. We have to catch up to him before it's too late. We should tread carefully. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left behind a few surprises for us. Wait a moment. What's that? It's Mercer. Look, down there.
I'm on it, lass. Damn it, there's no way through.
He's toying with us. He wants us to follow.
Aye, lass. We'll be ready for him. Let's keep moving.
This is just like old times. If Mercer leaves here with the eyes, we'll never see him again. No problem. But if you get too far away, we're going to catch up. Mercer's been careful so far. I don't think he'd just leave those plans behind unless he had his reasons. For someone in possession of the skeleton key, stealing the eyes of the farmer would be child's play. No. He means to ambush us down here. I'm almost certain of it.
By Talos, Mercer has a lot to answer for. A few years before Mercer murdered Gallus, the guild took in a thief who specialized in dwarven antiquities. The thief had broken into a nobleman's home somewhere in Windhelm and made off with a small figurine of a snow elf with crystalline eyes. Aye, that's what the Falmer were known as long ago, before they became the blind monstrosities they are today. When Gallus took one look at this statue, he knew it was something special. He took it right up to Enther at the College of Winterhold. Didn't take long for Enther to find a book in the college's library that told of Erkenthand and a great statue with gemmed eyes within. Not just ordinary gems. They are said to be flawlessly cut and as big as a man's head. Can you imagine how much they're worth? Gallus and Mercer spent the better part of a month infiltrating Erkenthand, but the dwarves had protected the place far too well. There were just too many obstacles blocking the way. The plans were shelved, and the rest is history. The lass seems to think old Mercer is pulling a fast one on us, leading us here and letting the dwarven constructs wear us down. I've learned to trust her lead at this point. After all, we Nightingales need to stick together, eh?
This place, it's like a maze. How did the dwarves find their way around? Can't say that I have. Imagine the riches hidden within these walls. hear something.
Enough! Thanks. Let's end this!
can't wait to get my hands around that bastard's neck.
Hold!
The entire tower is ours.
Swift but painful end.
those bones. Look at that one. Frosty.
It's a dwarven centurion.
It's no quarter. Ha! You're pathetic! Blade thirsts for your blood. Make the last mistake of your life. Come on, show me you've got what it takes.
Yeah, just as I was getting warmed up.
Now we fight! Shadows consume you. This is where we saw Mercer. We must be getting close. This is just like old times. This place. It's like a maze. How did the dwarves find their way around?
The stench. This place reeks of fauna. So, you should have seen that.
Enough will bring you dark. Yes. What was that?
Promise a swift repeat.
Mass of the farmer in this chamber. We can sneak through or take them out. I don't care. As long as we get to Mercer.
Aye. Whatever you want to do, we're with you.
water rushing through these pipes. We must be beneath a lake. If Mercer leaves here with the eyes, we'll never see him again.
Who's there?
Thirst for your blood. The blade thirsts for your blood.
I live another day.
hardly felt a thing.
He's close. I'm certain of it. We must prepare ourselves.
Then this is it. We do this for Gallus and for the Guild.
He's here, and he hasn't seen us yet. Brynjolf, watch the door.
Aye, lass. Nothing's get by me.
Climb down that ledge. See if you can...
Carlia, when will you learn you can't get the drop on me? When Brynjolf brought you before me, I could feel a sudden shift in the wind. And at that moment, I knew it would end with one of us at the end of a blade. What's Carlia been filling your head with? Tales of thieves with honor? Oaths ripe with falsehoods and broken promises? Nocturnal doesn't care about you, the key, or anything having to do with the Guild. Wait a moment. Do I detect a hint of genuine avarice from this noble thief? Perhaps Carlia and Brynjolf misjudged you and your true nature is no different than my own. It's clear you'll never see the skeleton key as I do, as an instrument of limitless wealth. Instead, you've chosen to fall over your own foolish code. Then the die is cast, and once again my blade will taste nightingale blood. Carlia, I'll deal with you after I rid myself of your irksome companion. In the meantime, perhaps you and Brynjolf should get better acquainted.
What's happening? I can't stop myself.
Damn it, Mercer! Fight it, Brynjolf! It's taken control of you!
I'm sorry, lass. I can't.
I've got legions like you. Is that the best you can do?
There, lass. Fallen on the other side of the door because it isn't moving.
We have to... find another way out of here before the place fills with water.
This place is coming down. Let's get out of here.
Sorry, lass. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another
I can't believe it's over. 25 years in exile, and just like that, it's done. All that remains is to ensure the safe return of the skeleton key. I'm afraid it's not that simple. When the skeleton key was stolen from the Twilight Sepulchre, our access to the inner sanctum was removed. The only way to bring it back will be through the Pilgrim's Path. It wasn't created for the Nightingales. It was created to test those who wish to serve Nocturnal in other ways. As a consequence, I have no knowledge of what you'll be facing. Brynjolf is needed back at the Thieves' Guild to keep order while you're away. And I can't bear to face Nocturnal after my failure to protect the key. I'm afraid you'll have to face the end of your journey alone. Take this with you. I'm not certain if it will help within the walls of the Sepulchre, but I certainly don't need it as much as you. I've had this bow almost my entire life, and it's never let me down. I hope it brings you the same luck. I've been a Nightingale for a very long time. I sold my allegiance to Nocturnal in exchange for many profitable years of thieving. Falling in love with Gallus was wrong. It was a distraction that allowed the Sepulchre to be desecrated, and it likely cost him his life. Until the key is returned, I will never set foot inside that place again. The conduit to Nocturnal's realm, the realm of Evergloom, has been in Skyrim, well, longer than recorded history. The Twilight Sepulchre was constructed around it by man and Myr in order to shield it from those who would exploit its power. It's through this conduit that we're given utilizes shadow to cloud the judgment of those around him. By weaving even though Nocturnal doesn't desire worship in the traditional sense, the Twilight Sepulchre propagated a small group of priests. Of course, they'd never come into direct contact with Nocturnal, but they insisted they had her favor. As part of their duties, the priests created all sorts of baseless rituals and ceremonies, all on Nocturnal's behalf. These priests weren't a threat to the skeleton key, or the conduit to Nocturnal's realm, so they would tolerate it. One of their ceremonies involved the Pilgrim's Path, a so-called test of worthiness. If a pilgrim was able to complete the path, it was said that they would live forever in Twilight. What that means is anyone's guess. The Agent of Stealth is the master of remaining unseen. They are able to manipulate the darkness and use it to their advantage. On moonlit nights or in darkened rooms, this agent literally becomes invisible. This agent of strife can send forth a tendril of pure darkness into the heart of another, causing great injury to them. At the same time, this tether will bolster the agent's own life force, making him stronger.
Sorry, lass.
Nightingale?
I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
I don't recognize you, but I sense that you're one of us. Who are you? The last of the Nightingale Sentinels, I'm afraid. I've defended the Sepulchre alone for what seems like an eternity. We were betrayed by one of our own kind. In fact, I'm to blame for what's happened here. I was blinded by dark treachery masquerading as friendship. Perhaps if I had been more vigilant, then Mercer Frey wouldn't have lured me to my fate and stolen the skeleton key. I haven't heard that name in a long time. How do you know of me? The key! You have the skeleton key! I never thought I'd see it again. And Mercer Frey? Then it's over, and my death wasn't in vain. I owe you a great deal, Nightingale. You've done the Guild a great deed, and although they may not show it, I'm certain they appreciate your sacrifices. My only regret is that you had to undertake this task alone. Carlisle? She's still alive? I feared she'd befallen the same fate, ending up a victim of Mercer's betrayal. Nothing would bring me more pride than to return the key, but I'm afraid it's impossible. From the moment I arrived here, I felt myself, well, dying. The Sepulchre isn't merely a temple or a vault to house the key. Within these walls is the Ebonmere, a conduit to Nocturnal's realm of Everglow. When Mercer stole the key, that conduit closed, severely limiting our ties to her. I'm afraid so. I'm weakening, and I can feel myself slipping away. The years without restoration of my power have taken their toll. Whatever damage has been caused can only be corrected by following the Pilgrim's path to the Ebonmere. and replacing the key. Whatever is affecting the Nightingale Sentinels is starting to affect me too. As I get closer to the Ebonmere, I begin to feel myself slipping away. Even right this moment, I feel strange, when I don't think I should be feeling anything at all. The Ebonmere is a conduit through which Nocturnal influences our world. Not through magic or blessings, but purely through luck. Yes, absolutely. Your skill is your own. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. But Nocturnal, she influences our luck. Nearly imperceptible assistance we get when we ply our trade. Think about the guild, about the state it was in when you began. Think about all the little things you might have heard. A pick breaking when it shouldn't have. The clouds in the nighttime sky clearing at the wrong moment. Our access to those bits of luck are what separates us from common bandits. Precisely. There are a few who still call Nocturnal Lady Luck, and for good reason. I wish I could help you, but I've been a prisoner in this very chamber for the last quarter century. The only possible help I've come across are the remains of some poor fellow who is trying to follow in your footsteps. Perhaps his journal can help? With the Ebonmere closed, and their sudden severance from the realm of Everglow, I fear they've undergone a drastic change. They're shadows of their former selves. They no longer remember their true purpose or their original identities. My spirit didn't manifest itself in the sepulchre immediately, so fortunately I wasn't present when the Ebonmere was sealed. However, ever since that day, I've felt my power waning, slowly draining away. Good luck, Nightingale.
Sense a presence.
Death comes for you now.
eternal slumber awaits.
Who dares disturb my rest? I don't recognize you, but I sense that you're one of us. Who are you? The last of the Nightingales. We were betrayed. Perhaps if I had been more How do you know of me? The king and Mercer Frey? I owe you a great deal, Knight. Were I able to provide it, I'd shower you in wealth for... My only regret is that you had to undertake... Carla, I feared she'd be... From the moment I arrived... When Mercer stole... Whatever damage has been caused can only be corrected by following the Pilgrim's path. Yes, my friend. How may I help? The only possible help I've come across are the remains of some poor fellow who is trying to follow. Your footsteps. Perhaps. All the living shall feed.
Again.
Who dares disturb my rest?
Hold! Hold!
What do we have here? It's been a number of years since I've set foot on your world. Or perhaps it's been moments. One tends to lose track. So, once again, the key has been stolen, and a champion returns it to the sepulchre. Now that the Evanmere has been restored, you stand before me awaiting your accolades. A pat on your head, a kiss on your cheek. What you fail to realize is your actions were expected and represent nothing more than the fulfillment of your agreement. Don't mistake my tone for displeasure. After all, you've obediently performed your duties to the letter. But we both know this has little to do with honor and oaths and loyalty. It's about the reward, the prize. Fear not. You'll have your trinkets, your desire for power, your hunger for wealth. I bid you to drink deeply from the Evanmere mortal, for this is where the agent of Nocturnal is born. The oath has been struck, the die has been cast, and your fate awaits you in the Everglow. Farewell, Nocturnal. See to it that you stay this time, won't you?
I'm glad you were able to bring the key back safely. Nocturnal seemed quite pleased with your efforts. I wouldn't take that to heart. It's her way. Think of her as a scolding mother continually pushing you harder to be successful, outwardly sounding angry, but silently content. I assure you, had she been displeased with you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The circles at the base of the Evanmere imbue you with powers befitting a Nightingale agent. The crescent moon represents the agent of shadow, the half moon for the agent of subterfuge, and the full moon for the agent of strife. This is Nocturnal's way of maintaining balance. If you ever feel the need to change your abilities, you can return to the sepulchre and step onto a different circle. Be warned that once you've chosen, you can't reselect for at least a day. Now, your life as a Nightingale begins. Should the need arise, you'll be summoned to the sepulchre in order to defend it. The Guild has welcomed me back with open arms. I feel like a void in my life has finally been filled. I only hope that this isn't an ending to things, but actually the beginning. Why, perhaps the greatest crime spree Skyrim's ever known. There are pockets brimming with coin and coffers overflowing with riches ripe for the picking. We may be Nightingales, but in our heart, your journey will be complete. Gallus! I feared I would never see you again. I was afraid you'd become like the others.
If it were not for the actions of this Nightingale, your fears would have come true. She honors us all.
What will you do now, my love?
Nocturnal calls me to the Everglow. My contract has been fulfilled.
Will I ever see you again?
When your debt to Nocturnal has been paid, we'll embrace once again.
Farewell, Gallus. Eyes open. Walk with the shadows.
Goodbye, Carlisle.
Yes? What did you need?
Still learning the ropes, but I'll get the hang of
Pull up a seat. Have a drink. Well, well. I was looking for this little beauty. If you happen across any other unusual trinkets like this, be sure to bring them to me. I promise it'll be worth the effort. By the 8, you actually got your hands on it. This alone is worth more than some thieves earn in a lifetime. Make us proud. Something troubling you? I'll listen. Make us proud.
It's good to see you in one piece, lass. I just wanted to give you a proper thank you for everything you've done. The guild is back on its feet again, and on its way to a prosperous future. What's become of the skeleton key? That's it then. After all those years of helplessly watching the guild decline. But enough of that. I'm confident that with you in charge, we'll soon have more gold than we could possibly spend. I'll be down here, trying to coordinate everything with Delvin and Vex, to make sure the coin keeps flowing, and no one skims. If you still feel like doing some jobs, I'm sure Delvin and Vex have more than their fair share to give out. Either way, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Here's to the future of the guild. May it last another 1,000 years.
Yes? What did you need?
Well, my friend, the time's come to make it official. It's time to become our guild master. Don't worry, I promise this will be short and sweet. If you'll just meet us in the center of the sisterhood.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
The Guildmaster ceremony.
Yes? What did you need?
We can talk after the Guildmaster ceremony.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
Look, I've never been good at these things, so I'm just gonna keep it short. Being Guildmaster means more than just getting a cut of all the loot. It's about being a leader and keeping this rabble in order. With that in mind, I propose that the position of Guildmaster should be yours.
Yes? What did you need?
Agree.
Thanks.
Sure, why not?
Carlia.
Yes? What did you need?
Everyone is in agreement. So all I can do now is name you Guildmaster.
Yes? What did you need?
Fortune and long life. Now everyone, get back to work.
Yes? What did you need?
So that if you
need anything, anything at all, don't hesitate to ask. eyes open and walk with the shadows.
Yes? What did you need?
Well, that's it. Sorry if it isn't the ceremony you were hoping for, but we're not exactly known for throwing our coin around. After we're done, head over to Tanelia, and she'll set you up with your guildmaster armor. Oh, and one last thing. Here, I want you to take this. It's sort of a tradition around here.
What did you need?
Just keep it safe this way for a long time.
I can't think of a better person for the job, Nightingale.
I suppose you deserve it. Couldn't do
Here's
any worse
to a
than
long and
Mercer,
prosperous...
anyway.
Yes, and I'm more than I mean, look at this place. I've never seen so much wealth down here. You've made us all rich. Here you go. Should fit you like a glove, boss. Now... If you'll excuse me.
Delvin, that last shipment
So,
we heisted
you're
on the
Brynjolf
Cyrodiil frontier was
Necrosis, eh?
worthless.
Don't look like much to me.
I distinctly heard that loud at the tavern say it was a full ship at first.
Yes? What did you need? Yes? What did you need?
I think it's real right out of the rocket.
Yeah, you need something?
So, Sapphire, can I do anything for you? Or more to the point?
Dipper, the fleet. The only man who's foolish enough to name himself after his bedroom friends.
Stupid cow. Don't know what you're missing.